Hello Eternum, this is that Yi guy, and for the past couple of days, I've been testing the PTR round extensively. For people who don't know, the PTR is the public test round made by Amazon Games to kind of preview the stuff that's coming up, so give people a chance to test the changes before they implement it into the live game. So after a lot of testing, I believe I found something that's not documented in the dev blogs, not mentioned by anyone else, that could potentially be very game changing. So I'm gonna go over what it is and give you a comparison of what it's like in the live server right now and what it is on the PTR. And after that, I will talk about why this is such a major change if it does go live. In Eternum, there are creatures that can provide quintessences when they're defeated and harvested. So for example, there's the bear. In the live version right now, you can defeat and harvest earth quintessences and lowstones from them. And there are also wolves you can defeat and harvest weirwood and life quintessences, along with other creatures that you can get soul quintessences and water quintessences from. But on the PTR, you are able to fight the same creatures as you do in Eternum, and instead of quintessences, say 2 to 4 quintessences in some cases, they are going to drop motes. And when they drop motes, they drop around 100 motes each. So for this example, I'm going to focus on the elemental bears. The same thing applies to the elemental wolves as well. So that's just something to keep in mind. For bear, you can get a ton of earth motes. To show you the importance of quintessences and motes, I'm going to refer to these pages in the New World database. I'm not sponsored or affiliated with them in any way, but I think they're a fantastic resource and I use them quite a bit. So if you could, please go and show them your support, and I believe you'll get a lot of use out of their database. They're doing a fantastic job. Well, you can see here for earth quintessences, the main use right now is for fusing and cutting certain gems, in this case emerald and amber. Aside from that, they can also be used in Arcana. So Arcana EXP is going to be harder to get once the change goes live, because they're changing all the crafting skills. So if you can get a lot of motes, instead of just being limited to these recipes, all of a sudden you can come over and see that for the motes, you can use them in even more recipes, even including elemental heart. This is something that's already important to make in order to make the void bend set. But once the change goes live and everyone's crafting expedition keys, you're gonna need a lot of these as well. So motes will be in high demand, and if you take advantage of what I mentioned in this video, you will be able to save a lot on earth motes and life motes if the price don't already drop from this video being out there. Assuming, of course, once again, this change goes live completely unaltered. And to be thorough, I also went to the Arcana station in the PTR build to make sure all the uses for the motes are still there. And yes, for the life staff, we're gonna need a lot of life motes. So you can kill wolves to get a life mote if this goes live, and this will be an easy way to satisfy the mote requirement, and you can use that to help craft your way up the Arcana. And instead of just giving you the quintessences, they give you the mote, which means that you can combine them into wisps as desired, and you can combine them into essence after that, and if you want, you can combine all of that into quintessences. And it's really good because as you craft them up, you will get Arcana experience, and there is a chance to craft additional items each step of the way. So that's gonna be really good. And for example, earth quintessences and motes can be used in potions, such as the encumbrance potion, and they can be used as a primary ingredients. So this is usually the hardest part to get for all the potions. And as you can see, Earth tier 3 can be used as a primary ingredients for this recipe. And you can just use whatever fire reagent. You can use tier 1 motes for fire, or all of these pretty easy to gather materials. And combined with water, you can level up Arcana. And same thing with Encumbrance Potion. That's going to be really good. You can use the one tier up from that and just use whatever from the other ones and be able to get a lot of Arcana EXP this way. So hopefully, if this can be taken advantage of, it will save you a lot of time during your Arcana grind if you haven't gotten there already. I want to take this moment to remind you that while this is on the PTR and likely to make it to the live server, there is always a chance that Amazon Games decide to make some changes before they push it to live, or delay it so that it takes a long time for it to become on the live server. So definitely don't make any market decisions based on this. If you want to sell off your modes, you can, but personally, I find it irresponsible for me to say things like, oh, sell them all before they crash in price or things like that, because we don't know when this is coming and if it's coming. So yeah, just please be aware. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If I have other findings from the PTR, I will be posting them on the channel as well. If this change doesn't go through, or is changed drastically before it goes through, I will actually edit the title of the video. So even without clicking on it again and watching through it again, you can kind of get the sense of whether or not this change is still relevant. So thank you so much for watching, and take care.